Morning, everybody. I'm going to call my little gavel. It's like we're like a 3-second delay here or something. Okay. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Nice to see your faces again, and new faces, and new names, new names with no faces. But anyway, yesterday was Flag Day, June 14th, which is really wonderful.
I forgot all about it.
Yeah, right. And I love summer because it's the continuation of the red, white, and blue holidays, you know. And I'm really into it. As you can see, red stripes, blue necklace. Here I am.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I need to remind you, as you just have seen, that you had to push the continue button, I guess. We are being recorded for future reference, and so that will go on YouTube if in case you want to see the program again and the meeting. Dan has taken care of all this. He's our official techie. He's our webmaster, Dan Rexwinkle. And he continues to perform magic every meeting for us. And he's going to be glad it's going to be July and August and we don't have to have any of that for a while. And it's really interesting because he will get like these panic calls. Almost got one for me this morning. I mean, I had the Dan on there almost in my text. So, yes, thank you, Dan, for all that you do. Would you like to say something today for us, Dan Rexwinkle?
No.
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 We're pretty informal here. You can tell this is the last meeting, right?
Oh, brother.
Right. Okay, very good. I saw Evelyn come in. I heard Evelyn's voice somewhere.
I was having trouble getting in.
There you go. See what I'm telling you?
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing wrong.
We're a bunch of techies here.
Rita,
Yes.
I just want to make sure my microphone is working. It looks like it is. And
It is.
I'm going to turn off my video and let you all do your business and give, come in when I'm supposed to.
Okay, we'll let you know. Thank you.
Okay.
Keep listening. Good. So Evelyn's here, wherever you are.
Finally, yes.
She is our secretary, Evelyn Dial. She is our secretary, so she will discuss the minutes of our last meeting.
Okay, well, I would like to have a motion to accept the minutes as read, as corrected.
Is there a second?
I'm sorry.
Is there a first? Anyone want to move to accept the minutes?
I did. I'm
Nancy,
waving at you.
okay.
Okay, that was Karen.
Nancy and Karen.
Okay,
Yeah.
terrific.
Thank you, Evelyn. Yeah.
Good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Good. Thank you.
I'm
very
afraid
much.
I'm not very put together today.
All right, I'll just go on and remind you, it's really complex to get minutes out to everybody and then accept them back and say that there's corrections, et cetera, et cetera. So therefore, we asked 3 volunteers to review the minutes before they're sent out for completion. Last month, Leila Lawrence, Karen Mishar, and Mary Lou Rothaker were our proofreaders. So far for this meeting, we have Pat Farmer and Leila again. Is there anyone who would like to volunteer? I don't see anybody, but maybe
I
Evelyn.
will.
Gloria?
Yeah.
Gloria, okay.
Gloria
Thank you.
and Dorothy.
Dorothy was raising her hand also.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
All right, so moving on from there. Thank you, Evelyn. How was Disney? Evelyn spent yesterday at Disneyland in the heat.
Well, actually, we were only at downtown Disney because not everybody that was going had passes. So we spent the day at downtown Disney and spent a load.
Good. Very good. Hot. Very nice. Welcome back. Our treasurer's report is Carol Carson, our treasurer.
Rita, I've asked Dan to give the report.
Okay, Dan.
I'm here.
I see we wear 2 hats in this organization. So Dan is our co-treasurer. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay, so a pretty good month. The income from the stores and the internet and the membership was just over $8,700.
Wow.
I'll let the store managers go into detail about the individual stores. Expenses for the month, the usual expenses. We did have a few extra ones. We have to file our state and federal taxes. Even though we pay no taxes, we still have to file. So the accountant fee was $625, and we have to register with the Registry of Charitable Trusts through the Attorney General. That's $50 annually. So after all the bills and everything, our net income was just over $2,350. And then we have an investment account with Edward Jones, and we had unrealized gains of almost $2,450. So our net worth for the month, we were just a few pennies under $4,800. So good month, just waiting for the program, or waiting for the library to open up fully and get some programs going. So
Good. Good. And you'll find out more about that later. Okay. Thank you to both Dan and Carol. Carol also wears a second hat. Excuse me. She is the editor and publisher of our book notes, and you can find them on our website, and usually they get forwarded to you on your email as well. So look for us at www.murrietalibraryfriends.org. I put .com, it should be .org. Sorry about that. And you'll have some interesting summer reading in July and again in September, published every other month. Thank you. And for those of us who have to get articles in, they're due by soon. Moving on, I am sad to announce that our Deputy Director of Library Services, Elise Milkowski, will be retiring in July. Good for her. Sad for us. She's done a wonderful job of maintaining and upgrading the Murrieta Library with its great programs and overseeing some of her wonderful librarians who have great ideas and have done exciting things over the last couple of years. I've seen it grow myself. Terrific. As a leader of this innovative team, she has taken our library to a new level. And we have so enjoyed working with her and are so sad to see her go. But we know she will have a wonderful new life in retirement with her family. I'm sure she'll find something else exciting to do. She's got a lot of talent. Anyway, good luck, Lee. Turn your phones off, everybody. But we also have good news about the library. And I asked Steve Herring, our library representative today, to give you an update on what's happening at our library. Steve?
Okay, thank you. Hi, good morning. So as most of you are aware, I have a fear of public speaking. So I'm going to be a little embarrassed as I go through my notes here, but you're used to that by now. Starting off, well, I should actually back up just a little bit. The library's been open partially since April. We were doing curbside service before that. When we first opened up, we were averaging around 150 or so people a day. I saw with the start of summer reading last week, I saw several days where we were over 450 people a day. So our daily numbers are going up. Our daily numbers are going up. And as of today, we're no longer requiring face masks or temperature checks at the door, which I'm sure are going to make quite a few people happy. We've started to bring the furniture back in the building and kind of spread it out a little bit. We're still trying to keep people distance as much as we can, but we're bringing the furniture back in. We are opening up more computers. We're still not quite ready to have the computer lab open, but we've got quite a few more computers up and ready for the public to use. We'll be bringing back our musical instruments, which have been incredibly popular. We'll have those back probably on Monday or so. We did start our summer reading challenge last week. The summer reading challenge this year, as in last year, is meant to be, it's online, and we are having take-home kits for the weekly take-home kits for children, for teens, and adults. This year so far, in the first week, we've had 833 participants. Wow. And we've had 181 people who have completed the reading challenge already and have each read 5 books apiece. Once they've read their 5 books, they're welcome to come join the book fair that we've set up. We have in the community room, we have a book fair set up, much like a scholastic book fair that we all would go to as children, where they can come in and they can choose a book to keep. We've got sections set up for juvenile readers, easy readers. We've got a section for children Spanish, a section for adults, a section for teens. So they can come in and pick a book. And then we've also got a table of books that are sort of freebies that are extras that they can pick from as well. Let's see, what else do I have for you? Excuse me. We'll be handing out over 1,500 take-home kits this year, or this summer. The kits, we were given money by the state library and IMLS to pay for these kits, and they've been incredibly popular. Last week we were out of the adult and the teen ones by Tuesday morning. This week I'm anticipating this more children's kits, and they're going like gangbusters. People are really happy with these. Aside from summer reading and the new opening, which has kind of got all of us up on our toes, I would like to give you the good news. You mentioned that Elise is retiring, and we're going to miss her greatly, but we do wish her the best. On the other side of the coin, we'd be happy to welcome our new children's librarian, Kessia Estrada. I'm going to give you a really brief introduction. I know she's listening, so she can speak to you a little bit more, but I just wanted to let you know that Kessia came to us most recently from San Diego County. She has more than 10 years library experience. She has a master's degree in education and another in library science. Kessia realized her life's calling was to become a children's librarian while she was doing a service learning program in rural China. She's done quite a bit of work in outreach and literacy programming. And let's see, she loves getting kids into reading and promoting literacy very rewarding. She would also like to thank you, and I'm happy to take the credit for this. She would like to thank you because the work that we do is made possible by friends groups like you. So on behalf of Kessia, who's going to probably speak to you in just a second, thank you. That is all I have for you for this month.
Kessia, would you like Would you like to introduce yourself and say hi to everybody?
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Kessia Estrada, and I'm the new supervising children's librarian, and I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to meet everyone because I plan on becoming a Friends member one day. That's my retirement goal. So I will learn from you guys, and one day I will become a friend. But yeah, I'm very glad to be here and excited to meet you all, and I'm very grateful for all the work that you do, and it's nice to see you again.
Kessia yesterday attended our board meeting and shared some really interesting new ideas, etc. That I'm sure she will bring more new and innovative ideas from her last position to our position. But also, as Steve was talking about, this book fair for the reading program this summer, I'm hoping Carol will have some pictures of that in our summer book notes, because it really looked terrific and colorful and well done. And the teen program has just exceeded itself in helping out with this project. So congratulations for this summer program. Excuse me. And moving on, thank you all for your support and love to all the library staff, and we will hope to see you all soon. Come in and give a hi. We're in the midst of our membership renewal this month, and Karen Michaud, our membership chairperson, will update us on how we're tracking with that. Karen?
Yes, hi. Thank you very much, Rita, and welcome to our new children's librarian. I will start out by saying to anyone that's listening to the program, we are accepting new and renewal memberships at any time. June is the renewal month, but we accept them throughout the year. And also, of course, new people. And of course, we would love anyone at the library to join us as well. The Friends has been really busy in the last month. We met in May and as a general meeting. And since then, we've had 2 people become new members. So we would really like to thank them and welcome Harvey Bunting, who is also a Town Square volunteer, and Marianne Kumo, who is also a Town Square volunteer. So we got 2 people this month, which is huge, as both new members and volunteers. So very exciting time. Meanwhile, thankfully, numerous people have renewed, and I would like to take some time to thank them personally and say their name. They will also be in the book notes that will be coming out in July via Carol Carson. So thank you to Emma, and I'm going to mess up the names. I apologize. Johnny and Charlene and Jean Adams, Jacqueline Reed, Anna Van Every, Ann Hickey, Maggie Palat, Sherry Richter, Geraldine McLeod, Joanne Snodgrass, Lynn Marie Hornecker, Lois Mayu, Mary Werner, Anna Mae Ackerman, Alima Lemma Cathcart, Deline Coleman, Nancy Tosh, and Sandy and Bill Quintero. We still accept, of course, moving forward, any other renewals. If you haven't renewed, please go ahead and go online. You can use PayPal, or there's also a form you can download and return to either of the bookstores. I want to thank everyone for participating in this. Thank you, Rita.
Karen?
While you were speaking, one of our guests asked, how can we join and how much is the membership fee? And yes, it's on our website, www.murrietalibraryfriends.org. There you go.
And welcome,
Jerry.
Michelle.
Pardon?
Welcome to Michelle Bruska.
Yes. Welcome to all of our guests. Seriously, we're very pleased to have you here, as I had said earlier. It's nice to see new faces join in. Hopefully through, well, we'll talk about that later, okay? I'll just skip the agenda because I'll just say something. Hopefully through some of the publicity and friends, other friends, inviting friends that you've heard about our programs, which are excellent programs every time. And again, getting back to membership, you can find all the information on our website. And again, we have PayPal, so that's really good if you want to use that as well. Terrific. Thank you, Karen. It's been exciting to see this renewal regenerate itself. We're on a month-by-month renewal prior to Karen's taking over her position as membership chair. And now we're on a universal June renewal, and it seems to be working out nicely, and it's a lot less complicated that way. Thank you for making that great transition a couple of years ago. As president of the Friends of the Library, of Murrieta Library, I have to brag a little bit. Steve was talking about these programs that they are doing at the library, and we have a very energetic group of volunteers who not only work in the library itself, but they also, and providing support that way, but they also work in our bookstores. And since 1996, since its inception, the Friends of the Murrieta Library has raised over $1.1 million. I think that's an amazing number through fundraisers as well as our wonderful bookstores. Of that amount, we have donated over $850,000 to the library itself for programs, for computers, for the piano, the grand piano in the community room, and all the wonderful other things a lot of other things that they do. And for that, we are most grateful to our volunteers, not just those in the library, but again, in our 2 wonderful bookstores. And I want to take this time right now, speaking to the bookstores, and we'll get right into their information in a second, to thank both the managers and the volunteers for their flexibility and staffing over the last couple of months, which led into a year, almost and a half. So going through county guidelines, going up and down with the guidelines, however they changed, we did it. Thank you very much, ladies. And we have been observing Corona kindness, I love that statement, guidelines with local regulations as well, and distancing and sanitizing stations, etc. But Nancy Dixon and Maggie Plott will tell you all about that. And we'll start first with Nancy at the corner bookstore. Nancy Dixon.
Okay, thank you. So for the month of May, the gross income for the corner bookstore was $6,657. That's an average of $392 a day, sold over 4,400 books. The expenses were $5,372. I'm sorry, and the net was $1,285. So as Rita referenced, the days at the store have been changing over time. We had to totally close everybody a year ago, March 18th, 2020. Never forget that day. The corner store was able to reopen in June of 2020 for 4 days a week. It was first 3 and then 4 days a week because we didn't have enough healthy volunteers. But as of yesterday, after 1 year and 3 months, we were able to open again on Monday and Tuesday. So we're now open again the 6 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 10 to 4, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 10 to 6. We are, as of now, because the state has opened up, and as it's been referenced, we're with Steve and so forth, no mask required if you're vaccinated. We have a sign on the door that explains that coming in to the customers. If you are not vaccinated, a mask is required, but it is by the honor system, and we have that on the door. And we ask you to ask them to honor our volunteers by, being careful if you're not vaccinated and wearing a mask. We are not checking. We are on the honor system. All of our volunteers at the corner store have been vaccinated, but it is up to them if they feel more comfortable keeping their mask on. They're allowed to do that, obviously. We still have up our sneeze guard, and we have hand sanitizer at the door. We're not going to be quite so fussy about requiring it, but we're asking people to do that as they come in. So after, a year and 3 months, we're almost back to normal. So pretty exciting. We'll see. As you have probably heard from our last reports, we have been much better in 4 days than we used to in 6. We'll see what happens. I think, people are stuck at home reading as much, but hopefully they will continue. And those of us, the customers, a lot of people found us during this last year because we were one of the few places that could be open because of our size and capacity requirements. So hopefully they will keep on coming from Temecula and Hammond and Sun City and all over the place. Wildomar, we've got customers forever, so hopefully it will continue.
Terrific.
And we had wonderful volunteers all this past year. Those who were brave enough and healthy enough to come and volunteer. Nobody got sick, so that was
congratulations.
Great. Thank you.
And we look forward to an exciting summer as well. Thank you,
Yes.
Nancy. Yes. Maggie Plott from the Town Square Bookstore, right at the corner of the library. I keep thinking that should be the corner store because it's right on the corner, but the other's on the corner too. So that's.
It was originally the Friends at the corner because we're the corner of Whitewood and Los Alamos, and then the Friends at Town Square was how we were. That's why we got that part of it originally.
Yeah, I learned something new every day.
Because of Town Square, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Maggie at the Town Square Bookstore.
Okay, good morning to everybody. We are also planning on relaxing the mask politics. Of course, everybody who wants to wear a mask until the end of the month is entitled to, but we will relax. And then we still will be open 3 days a week on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 to 4. Hopefully, the traffic will increase because until now we have had hours maybe with only 1 or 2 customers. So, the parking lot has been deserted because the senior center is still being closed, and of course the library now is open, but they were closed for a while. So anyway, We hope that there are better days ahead. The financial report for the store sales were after expenses, $999.20. The internet, who is doing pretty good, brought $739.27 for a grand total of the store sales of $1,658.47. So that too, we are getting a lot of donations, but people move in July and June and July, so a lot of it is just not sellable, unfortunately. But anyway, we hope that we will be able to open more hours. Our volunteers, because most of them, of course, they are seniors, were reluctant to come to the store. So I didn't have more than 10 or 12 people willing to work. But now I think that because of the relaxing rules and the coronavirus going down, I'll be able to get some more and be able to open more days. Then for, you want me to go to programs?
Now, wait just a second, I just wanted to put a little plug in because again, this is our chief source of funds for the Friends of the Library at this point. So please remember to support our bookstores, tell your friends and family about them. And because we have a long, hot summer ahead of us, so we need something to do. And they're air conditioned, so there you go. Okay, thank you, Maggie. As almost everyone on the board carries two hats. Maggie also works with Judy Call. The two of them provide these wonderful programs for us. So Maggie will continue on with that. Okay, Maggie?
Okay, the programs. Today, of course, we are delighted to welcome Rebecca O'Connor. She's a writer and she knows a lot about especially birds. So we will be glad you will be meeting her shortly. Then, of course, July and August, we are dark, so there will be no programs. And then for September, October, and November, Judy and I will be looking for presenters. So far, we don't have anybody scheduled for those months. We'll let you know. And this is about it.
Good. Thank you. Moving on into publicity, that's me. I wear two hats as well. And I'm always looking for a replacement for that, for publicity. And I've met some really interesting people through this. But again, if anyone would like to, or know someone as a member or not even a member who would like to join us and work with publicity, please let me know. All right. It's fun, it's fast, but it also takes time. Special events, we have been pretty limited with that over the last 15 months because of, I won't say why, but we all know why. And Pat Farmer is our chair for special events. Please, Pat. You there? You have to undo.
Yep, I'm here. Hang on.
Thank you. Good.
When we had the board meeting yesterday, we were very excited about the opening of the library and the relaxation. So we have decided that it's time for party time. And we would like to have an event in the fall. And I would love it if a few of you would step forward with some ideas and join us to have maybe a small fundraiser, but a big party that we're back and that we're going to enjoy ourselves and enjoy volunteering at the library and the bookstores. So if any of you have some ideas on this type of event, please don't hesitate to call and talk to me about it. And I will have an article in the book notes. Also, it's a possibility that I might call a few of you just to see what you say and how you can help. And a lot of you probably remember how many great events we have had in the past. And I am sure that we can do the same thing coming this fall. So get your thinking caps on, people, and we'll have a good time. Thanks.
Terrific, Pat. Thank you. I have only gone to one of those events, and it was kind of exciting. And we really haven't done anything since I've been a member. And I've been here like 10 years with the friends, you know, active with the friends. So that would be exciting to do something like that. Good. And the more people we have, the easier it is, you know, because you have a smaller amount of work to do with it. Good. Moving on. Any old business? Did I miss anything? No. Okay, good. Any new business?
Rita,
Yes. Who's that?
it's Kiki.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just seeing the badge and it reminded me about our memberships, about our lifetime memberships, and that we still get the leaf on the wall. Is that a 501(c)(3)? Is that a charitable donation? When we
Karen?
join for a lifetime?
Karen,
Oh. You
does that
can't.
become a 501(c)(3) donation?
Yes,
Lifetime?
yes, yes.
Judy? Yes. Okay.
I think that's a wonderful thing to remind people of that. And then they don't have to think about renewing their dues every year. And, you know, it's just that bringing in now this year when we've, you know, been, you know, closed down for a while and you know, bring in some extra income is to encourage people to join as a lifetime member. I love it.
Thank you, Kiki. I'm back on now. Thank you, Kiki. That is a great recommendation.
Yes.
Yes, we are a 501(c)(3). It is a charitable donation. We send you a letter to that effect to let you know for your record. And certainly if someone wants to update, which recently we had a number of members move from just individual going every year to lifetime. And of course, they are still getting the leaf on the wall in the library.
I think it was you that presented it to me that when I first, you know, attended the first meeting, and I was like, well, sure, that works. Here's the check.
It sure is easier. You don't have to worry about renewing. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's wonderful. And then you're always a part of it. You always feel like you belong to something very special.
Right. And besides, your name's on the wall, you know. And you don't have to be, as my husband's name is on all bricks all over the place since he died. Okay, so at least you're alive and seeing your leaf on the wall, you know, which is great. Anyway, thank you, Kiki. Very good, very good. Okay. Anything else? New business. Well, as you know, we don't have meetings in July and August. Summer's a time to relax and regenerate, and just to have fun. And so please just do that and do that safely. I know it just seems timely that we're opening up just in time for summer, but we still need to be safe and careful. Our next meeting will be September 21st. And hopefully we'll be in the community room at that time for our next general meeting. It would be wonderful to see each other in person again and hugs and whatever, what we do. And instead of the bumps, we can shake hands or hug, you know. Check our website. There will probably be an e-blast that comes out to say when, where, and how, if we are or not, but hopefully it is. We can only be positive. Usually I'm ready to adjourn if there is no further business. And I would just want you to know, it's great to see everybody on our screen, and thank you all for Zooming with us over this last year. It's going to be hard to leave the Zoom because it's so easy in my bunny slippers, you know. But I thank you all for being and persevering with us as we go through this, and certainly our speakers have been wonderful about Zooming with us, and they've been available, and it's going to be great to see people in person. And ordinarily we would have a little break at this time, and I will encourage that for like a 3 to 5 minute break right now to refresh your coffee or do what you need to do or check your messages or whatever. And then our business meeting is officially adjourned, but stay on because Rebecca looks like to be an exciting speaker. And thank you again. Have a great summer. I'm done.